is up, everybody? We're back in here once again for another episode of the weekly win streak. It's your boy TP3 Bets. I am joined, as always, by none other than the man himself. What up, bro? How we doing today, man? Good to see your face on Thursday. We've only missed like 3 days this week of the show.
Hey, I know it's great to see you too, but listen, inclement weather. We're using the weather as an excuse. That's what's affecting us through the internet, the weather. But no, super happy to see you too, man. How have you been? You've been cashing?
Yeah, man, we definitely been catching. I feel like we haven't had a losing week in a while, knock on wood. Just had Victor Wembanyama over points, rebounds, and assists earlier. So clap the books on that one. And yeah, man, we're just trying to keep this run going and trying to keep winning some bets. So last night I cashed my max play on the Warriors. I took some pretty bad luck on my other plays, but I did cash that one. And obviously I found the new infinite money glitch for college basketball. You fade Miami every single time they play. There's good news. They're in action on Saturday. We'll be against them on Saturday. But yeah, bro, it's been good. What about you?
I've been up and down. Had a couple of winning days. Yesterday I got my shit kicked in. Cavs fucked me. Had him on the money line. Darius Garland.
Asshole. Yeah, I needed Darius Garland to hit 2 free throws to go to overtime and cash my over, that fucking cuck.
I hate to say, the Cavs are not good, man. They're not ready for the playoffs.
I mean, dude, the Rockets are pretty good, honestly. But I hate to say it for you, bro. Darius Garland is just not him.
Neither Darius or Donovan are. I don't like either of them. I think right now, trade both of them and get as much as you can. Get LeBron back to Cleveland. I don't care. Get Donovan Mitchell the hell out of here.
I like Donovan. LeBron would definitely not do. LeBron's cooked, bro. He's so old and slow.
I don't care. Bring him. Anything. Let me have a home. If we're going to lose and look like that, just let me have a homecoming tour with Bron. For real. Let me see him a couple more times in live action. If you look at Donovan Mitchell this January, he has been atrocious. He's been awful. He's been terrible. Listen, this guy, he's got fucking less than 20 points 6 or 7 times.
What do I tell you all the time? It's the NBA regular season.
This guy's a bum.
You can't get too high. You can't get too low. Come playoffs, Donovan Mitchell will be dropping 40 balls in his sleep.
He always disappears in the playoffs, but we'll see.
Didn't he score 40 against the Celtics one game?
Huh?
Didn't he have a 40-point game against the Celtics?
I don't believe so. Maybe.
I'm like 99% sure he did. And then he hurt his foot.
Yeah. He hurt his foot. Yeah. Okay. Still, Darius Garland, 92% free throw shooter, and you missed 2 when we need him. Ay, Dios mío. Okay.
Yeah, Darius Garland's not him, bro. Remember in that play-in game when he tried to go bucket for bucket with Trae Young and was chucking air balls at the end of the game? I was like, come on, little bro. That was like the come on, little bro moment of his career for him. Like Trae Young was Trae Young alpha. I think we were down 10 at the half, and Trae Young just alphaed up and took over in the second half. And Darius Garland was farting dust in the second half.
Farting dust. And on that transition, we are going to leave the recaps in the dust, and we are going to talk. What, you got college hoops today, T?
Nah, to be honest with y'all, I'm weird with college hoops, man. I'm really selective. Been a decent week on college hoops. I went 2-1. I'm kind of pissed though. Like the 2 plays I left off were Texas A&M +3. I know they kind of got lucky to win, but they won. And then the over in UCF and Iowa State. I mean, that thing steamed like 6 points and it hit by like 100 points. I was so pissed I didn't bet that one. So I actually have 2 plays I'm probably going to take on Saturday, and 2 pretty big games. I'll go ahead and tell you all what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Cal, obviously, versus Miami, and I'll be looking at – I'm interested to see what this number is for Houston versus Kansas. I know they're at the Allen Foghouse, but I think Houston can go in there and beat them. I really think Houston and Auburn are the 2 best teams in the nation, and it's everybody else after them.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
Bro, Houston is the dogs, bro. They're the best 3-point shooting team in the league, best defense. I think Houston is the best team in college basketball. And they're just flying under the radar because they don't have Shed anymore. And they're not, I guess they lost some games at the beginning of the season, but Houston will be ready this year.
Yeah, they play a really good defense. They rebound the ball well. Hella athletic. I definitely agree with you. I think they're the best team in the country. Everybody's on Auburn. I'm saying not so fast. They're a bunch of prima donnas.
Yeah, Auburn's gonna have a tough schedule too with the SEC playing out. I mean, Auburn's definitely be battle tested. And then Iowa State, I mean, is a damn good team too. Like their offense is never as good as it is, and their defense is obviously nasty. So I don't know. There's just a couple of those other teams. I think those three teams have really stuck out to me as the best teams. Obviously, I haven't gotten my eyes on everybody, but when I watched everybody, those teams are pretty damn good. And I mean, dude, also too, like I think Louisville's pretty damn good. I finally watched them play against SMU, and two things stuck out to me. I was like, holy shit, Louisville's actually like really good, and they didn't just beat up on a bad Syracuse team. And the other thing was, I was like, holy fuck, Miami is even worse than we thought they were. Like Miami is awful, bro. Like they are like in all seriousness, me and Bro could probably get like 10 points each if we played 20 minutes or 25 minutes against Miami.
Yeah, they're bad. I was on Stanford last night too. Miami's so bad. They've given up. They don't care. They just don't care.
Yeah, bro. I didn't even finish watching that game. After I hit the max play on the Warriors, it was like 11. It was like 12:30, and there was like 10 minutes to go. I was like, man, Miami ain't coming back. I'm going to bed, bro.
Hell yeah. That shit was easy money. But without further ado, guys, I'll just give you since TB3 doesn't have a college hoops play, I'm just gonna give you one play. I'll tell you this: if you want my max play, I did a TikTok exclusive on my max play. Go over to my TikTok. There's another play there. But don't do it until after the show's over. Stay here. The play that I'm gonna give out today on the show is gonna be Florida Gulf Coast minus 11.5 today against Bellarmine. Okay, this is a game that nobody wants to watch, and it's one of those things where you're going to bet it and you just look to see if you won or not at the end. But here's the deal: this Florida Gulf Coast team is not the same team that you remember from like March Madness a few years back, where they were running up and down the court and dunking on people and everything like that. But they are still that team that dominates in the paint, that gets a lot of their baskets close to the rim. They're still dunking. They're still driving. They're very offensively efficient. Florida Gulf Coast is 11-8 against the spread. Bellarmine is 5-13 against the spread. And they've only covered once in their last 8 games against the spread. There are 364 teams in college basketball. Bellarmine are in Division I college basketball. Bellarmine is 363rd in defensive efficiency. 358 in 2-point defense, 360 in 3-point defense, 350th overall in rebounding. And I mentioned that Florida Gulf Coast likes to play a lot inside. Bellarmine is 362nd interior scoring defense, giving up 67.8% inside the paint. Florida Gulf Coast is just going to dominate them inside, and it's going to be I forgot the rebounding stats as well, but Bellarmine's terrible. Oh, I did. They're terrible at rebounding. Florida Gulf Coast is not terrible. They're top 75 offensive rebounding. Defensive rebounding, they're in like the top 150, but Bellarmine's going to get their shit kicked in.
Okay. I don't know much about those teams, but I like where your head's at. I think you're probably on the right track there. Do you have any other picks for us tonight in college basketball?
No. I feel like we got some plays in the NBA, and you got plays in the NBA, so we'll do like a more NBA centric show today. Like I said, if you guys want the max play after the show's over, go to my TikTok at whatupbro. I put my max play up on my TikTok.
Wow, look at that, bro ain't being stingy with the picks today. Love that. Yeah, dude, let's talk about some NBA, man. I got a max play obviously up over on my SoBet tonight in NBA. So if you click the link in my bio, use promo code BROBRO or promo code TB3, you can get that play for free. But well, I guess not for free, but you can get that play. But actually shoot me a DM and I'll help you get that play for free. All you gotta do is use our affiliate links for better picks or for Underdog Fantasy, and I got you.
Yep.
But anyway, though, guys, let's talk about tonight's games. We have a lot of good games. We have the Celtics versus the Lakers. My max play does lie in this game. Bro says he's a pick in this game. Bro, what do you like in this one?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I am biased. I'm a huge LeBron guy. I like the Lakers. I like the Lakers tonight, and there was an angle that I like to take to get myself even more points and just a little bit better odds. So I think LeBron's going to play really well. I think he's going to score. I think he's going to do a lot of different things. But But I think the Lakers are going to keep this close. The Celtics are on a back-to-back, and they went to overtime last game. Typically speaking, it doesn't work well for teams that are going through that. I got to say, I just took LeBron 18 plus points, which was like minus 400 or something. And then I added it to Lakers plus 7.5, and it's plus 105. So plus money, nice little 1 unit. You get your unit back. And I think it's much less risk than the money line, and the money line's like plus 195. So, you get a plus money play, but not really too much risk. T, am I on the right track here, or am I way off? I could be way off.
No, I think you're on the right track there. And honestly, I do really like these plays. I think the Celtics are gonna be tired here on this back-to-back overtime. I really like fading teams in these spots, and I think it's a very tough spot for them today going up against this Lakers team. So, I think that Bro is definitely on the right track here, and he's probably going to smack this one. I mean, this is the biggest rivalry in the NBA, Lakers versus Celtics. So there's a pretty good chance Bro gets it done here today. For my first play, guys, I'm going to go to my backyard where my Atlanta Hawks. And look, I looked at this, guys. The Hawks, off horrible home performances, have bounced back in almost every single game they played this season. You look at the Hawks, they were 6 for 38 from 3 last night. They shot like 32% from the field. They could not throw it in the ocean. Now they get the Toronto Raptors in here, one of the worst teams in the league. Capella is out. That might not be a bad thing, though. Okongwu is a beast. And I think that this Hawks team is just two teams moving in wrong directions. I don't think the Raptors have any defensive answers whatsoever for the Hawks. I don't think the Hawks are going to dog them out in this game. So I like the Hawks to roll here and win this game big. Give me Atlanta minus the 5 points. I just don't see really how the Raptors are going to do much to hang around here. I mean, they're 1-19 straight up on the road. I know that's not ATS, but this team is terrible on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've both been on Toronto when they're at home against the spread. Teams traveling to Canada is tough, but when they got to travel, they got to do all this stuff. I like to play. I like to play a lot. Before I ask you for your next play, guys, well, actually, we're gonna circle back to the Lakers Celtics game at the end. I got a parlay for you. I got some little novelty stuff that we're gonna do. That's the last that I'll give out for you. T, you got anything else in the NBA?
Yeah, I got another play for everybody. We're going to go with another side here. We're going to go to one of the better games tonight. We're going to take the Sacramento Kings plus 8 points tonight. Now, look, Denver has been phenomenal this season. They playing great basketball right now, winning 8 out of their last 10 games. You look at these two teams. These teams are top 4 in offensive adjusted efficiency in their last 10, 15, 20. I mean, really since the Sacramento fired Mike Brown and Doug Christie took over as head coach. You look at Denver, same stretch of play. The exact same stats, offensive adjusted efficiency, pace, all that stuff. Look at the matchup. Yes, Jokic is much better than Sabonis, but Sabonis is still probably the second best center in the league behind Jokic. And for just like the style of play and what they do and whatnot. And then you look at Sacramento. I mean, they got some dogs on offense, man. Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox, DeMar DeRozan, professional bucket getters, can get you the rack whenever, can get you buckets whenever you need them. I think Sacramento catching 8 points here is way too many. Everyone says there's back-to-back altitude, blah, blah, blah. It's all factored in the number here. I mean, I think Denver's really only like 1.5, 2 points better than them here. Back-to-back 2 points. That gets us to 4.5. Okay, maybe altitude gets us to 6.5. I mean, that even seems crazy. The spread here should be 5.5. We're getting 8 points here. I think Sacramento has a chance to win this game outright. They're on fire right now. I'll take them.
Yeah, I mean, I love that play. I looked at it myself. And the only reason I didn't take it, I was like, man, that doesn't make sense to me. Why are they getting so many points? So
Denver's getting 60% of the tickets on the spread, and they're getting 3% of the money line tickets right now. So the public seems to want to back it up on Denver. I can't blame them. Denver's playing great ball, but I don't think so here.
No, and for real, when Sacramento has all their players healthy, we're talking DeRozan, we're talking Monk, we're talking Fox, Sabonis, all these guys. That's a formidable offense right there. Those are guys that are up and down, that can play. I forgot about Keegan Murray. Sometimes he's a little fucking streaky. Every time I bet on his props, he stoinks me. So if you're watching Keegan, that was a personal dig at you to leave you out. But no, seriously, I agree with you, man. Like when it comes to rosters, I read this in our group chat. Like they got to be top 5 roster in the West.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they're playing a lot better ball right now. I don't necessarily love their bench players, but I mean, Keon Ellis has stepped up a little bit. He's kind of feisty on defense. I mean, Westbrook's playing great ball for Denver right now, but I just think it's two teams playing good basketball. I think this game comes down to the wire, and I think this will probably be one of the best games of the night tonight. So I just don't really see how this should be the spread. And also, too, De'Aaron Fox has torched them in his last 5 matchups. He's gone over his PRA in 4 out of those 5 games, going for 30 balls and basically a 4 where he's gone over. I think De'Aaron Fox is going to ball out in this game. He's going to be too much for them to take care of. So I almost played his points, rebounds, and assists over. I don't want to get too much involved with this slate. I mean, I do like this slate a lot, but I don't want to have 7-8 plays on this slate. We already 1-0 with the Wemby, so I'm not going to force it here, but I do think Fox is going to crush his PRA as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I could take some lessons from you and not just firing.
Yeah, I feel like you just gotta like really mark down the plays and be like, all right, these are the ones I like. What am I looking for here? And then you just gotta really see what really checks the boxes. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard sometimes. It really is. Like, that's why in college basketball in these huge slates, I really only play like 2 or 3 games. And obviously, college football, I'll play more bets just because I feel better about those teams. But college basketball is a really weird sport. I try to really just expose the edges I can really find, like Miami, man. Like, and you know what's even funnier, bros? I remember in our previous episodes, every time Miami was in action, I was like, why aren't we fading them? We were like, I don't know. And finally on Saturday, I was like, fuck it, I'm fading Miami. I had half a margarita. I was like, all right, it's time.
The margarita got him.
It did. The margarita gave me my moment of clarity. I was like, all right, we're fading.
You have to. I mean, we faded the White Sox in baseball. You fade the Marlins in baseball. It's the same thing. You can't be afraid until Vegas starts getting the lines right for this team. You just got to keep fading them. And, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was just reading through a quick little newsletter that I got as this dog tries to eat the pen that I just dropped. And they just said the most fade-worthy team in college hoops is the Miami Hurricanes right now. They're a dead dog. And until something changes, when I saw they were traveling out to the West Coast, I said, okay, yeah, you're going to play at 11 o'clock? Like, you give a fuck about 11 p.m. Eastern game when you haven't won a game in how long? That was a great call out, T. Sharp for the NBA savant to pivot, drop step, and 2-hand hammer on college hoops like that. I'm proud. Very proud.
That's what we're trying to do out here, man. It's been a decent week in college hoops, you know. We had Texas, too. That was another one where I was like, Texas got to win here at the house. They played the best teams in the conference, so.
Yeah, and that line didn't make any sense because they were not ranked. The other team was, but they were the favorites. So, yeah, typical spot there to actually absolutely sharp hammer. And that's what we do here. That's what we do here. T, do you have any more NBA action for the folks?
Yeah, I have a really strong player prop and obviously my max play on SoBet, but I had another game I wanted to talk about on here. This is a pretty solid slate, to be honest with y'all. Okay, here we go. So it looks like the Warriors are going to sit all their players against the Bulls. Honestly, I think that the Bulls are a pretty bad matchup here on the back-to-back for the Warriors. I mean, you look at the Warriors, they're an older team. Their Bulls want to play with a ton of pace here. I think the Bulls can run the Warriors off the floor. And that was a home run spot last night for the Warriors, and they nearly botched that cover. That was my max play yesterday. I think the Warriors really do suck, to be honest with you, at this point. Like, they started out as one of the hottest teams in the league, and now they're below 500. I think Chicago can beat them there. And then let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my NBA leans. I don't really want to get involved on that one, but I do think that the Warriors might get dragged in that game. I also don't mind Levine to go over his points prop, but I already got steamed up like 2.5 points from what it was opened at this morning.
Yeah, and I've learned my lesson with Mr. Levine as well.
Yeah, you know what was fucked, though, is that was like one of his 2 bad games. He's actually been playing really well lately.
It's okay. That's one of those things where it's like, it left such a bad taste in my mouth watching that. You don't even try to score. You're not even trying to shoot. You look like Jimmy Butler out there. Nope. Can't have it. I don't know which one of your buddies you told to put 100 bands on your under, but I got fucked too because of it. So fuck you.
Some Jonte Porter action, man. Yeah, no, it is frustrating when that happens. Like last night, I had the over on PRA on Jalen Green. He was like 5 for like 18 from the field. Anthony Edwards was like 5 for 19 from the field. Not his points over, lost by like 6. Like, just the way it goes sometimes, man, when you bet player props.
Facts. And speaking of player props, guys, I wanted to give you this really quickly. Just 2 plays in the Lakers game. You do what you want. One is not a bankroll play because it's a bonus bet. The other one is LeBron James to record a triple-double. Yes, plus 750. 6 times this year, he's recorded back-to-back double-doubles. He had a back-to-back last night. He's in that frame of, or not last night, but the last game, rather. He's in that frame of mind. We already talked about how, this is going to be a high-paced game, high-scoring game. Celtics are going to be tired. I think LeBron is really going to show people. When he's on prime time, he goes off. And I think back-to-back triple-doubles is not out of the question. And we parlay that in a 3-leg parlay. LeBron James, triple-double, yes. Lakers money line. And Jason Tatum, 3+ threes. It's plus 3,300. And we put 0.5 unit bonus bet on it. But that's the way, I like it. It's a fun little play with a DK boost. You have to love it.
Love it.
It may not hit, and that's okay. But
I think it's a good matchup for LeBron. I liked his PRA over, so.
Yeah. And dude, we talked about this in the green room. Had Wemby over 6, had 6+ blocks. He had 6, then only had 5. Weird, it got taken away. And we had him for a triple-double. And if he wouldn't have got taken out, firm believer, he would have got it. He only needed 3 more assists, I think. Or maybe 4. But I think it was 3. I don't know. But, guys, the execs are calling. They're telling us we're up against a pretty stiff deadline here. T, I'm so happy that we're back. We're going to be back even better tomorrow. Full-length show. Do you have anything else for the people?
No, we'll be back tomorrow. Saturday is in question, but we'll be back for sure tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't believe no college football, bro. Wow.
I don't know. College football was over 2 weeks ago in my book. Once there's barely any games left, the season's over. Just like NFL technically ends on Sunday in my book.
Yeah, you're 100% right, man. Man, by the way, go Bills. Go Bills.
Yeah, we'll be on Kansas City.
No, yeah, you have to be. But still, go Bills.
Yeah. All right, everybody. That's all we got. We appreciate